Hey guys, happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend as you are jumping back into the routine of another week of school at home. I hope you can come across this video, add a little bit of Bible study into your academic study today. Today we're gonna finish up chapter 4. Last time we finished up the story of Jesus and the woman at the well and his interaction with some of the Samaritan people. And we're gonna pick it up in verse 43. After the 2 days he departed for Galilee, for Jesus himself had testified that a prophet has no honor in his own hometown. So when he came to Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him, having seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the feast, for they too had gone to the feast. So let's recap a little bit here, some of the traveling that Jesus has been doing. Okay, we know back in chapter 2 that he had traveled to Jerusalem for the Passover feast, and that's where he drove out the people out of the temple. That's where he had the conversation with Nicodemus. It was quite a journey to get from where he lived to Jerusalem. And then we know that on his way back is when he passed through Samaria, and that's when we see the story of him talking to the woman at the well and staying with the Samaritans. And then we see here after 2 days with the Samaritans, he parted again for Galilee. So that's going back to where he's from. And then it says when he got to Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him because they had seen all of the things that he did in Jerusalem at the feast, because a lot of those people made that trip too. It was something that a lot of the Jewish people did. So they had seen him there, and they saw some of the awesome stuff that he was doing, and that caused them to welcome him. So he came again to Cana in Galilee, where he had made the water wine. And at Capernaum there was an official whose son was ill. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." And here we can start to see kind of what John was getting at earlier in this passage, when he mentioned that the Galileans welcomed him in because they saw the signs he was doing at the feast. Verse 48, so Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." That word "you" there is a plural "you." If Jesus had been living today and maybe lived in Texas, he might have used the word y'all. You all, like a collective group he's talking to here. He understands, man, you guys are just welcoming me in because you have seen some of the signs that I am doing. This man comes to ask him to heal his son, and Jesus says, "You're seeking me because you know what I can do for you. You're not really coming to me because you want me. You want what I can do for you more than you actually want me." It would be kind of like if I went to like a Los Angeles Lakers basketball game because I wanted to watch LeBron play basketball, right? Instead of those guys playing a basketball game, they each take turns telling me their life stories or telling the crowd their life story, right? How disappointing would that be? It can kind of be easy to just equate this person with what they can do on the basketball court. I don't really care about the other stuff. I just want to see what you do really well. And it's kind of a similar attitude that these people are displaying to Jesus. Forget all the other stuff. We just want to see you do miracles. The official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." The man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him and went on his way. As he was going down, his servants met him and told him that his son was recovering. So he asked them the hour when he began to get better, and they said to him, "Yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him." The father knew that was the hour when Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live." And he himself believed, and all his household. This was now the second sign that Jesus did when he had come from Judea to Galilee. I think it's so interesting here how, like, right after Jesus calls these people out, that he goes ahead and heals his son anyway. I think this is a small snapshot, but it's accurate, of Jesus' sympathy towards people, of his graciousness. You know, even though you people are really pretty faithless, I'm still going to show you grace, and I'm going to give you something that you really don't deserve. I'm still going to pour that out on you anyway. But I think that the challenge for us from this passage, what do we want when it comes to our relationship with God? You know, do we want him, like, just because of who he is? Or do we just want the things that he can do for us? Do we just want the healing? Do we just want the good things that he can offer to us? Or do we truly want him? You know, when Jesus came, the people wanted him to be like this awesome political ruler that was going to overthrow the Roman government. Yesterday was Palm Sunday, and we know the story that when he comes into Jerusalem, people are praising him because of what they thought he was going to do for them. And when it turned out that he wasn't actually going to do what they thought, they turned on him and they were shouting, "Crucify him," and they killed him. You know, they didn't truly want him, they wanted what they thought he could do for them. And so that's kind of a dangerous place for us to be now, is if we just want Jesus, if we just want this relationship with God because we think that he's going to do a bunch of great things for us and make our lives great, and then maybe it turns out that those things don't happen exactly like we want them to, then what are we left with? You know, do we turn our back on him like those people did? Or instead, do we just truly want God because of who he is? Because we believe that no matter what our circumstances are, we know that he is good. And then I want you to go flip over to Luke chapter 7 and read verses 1 through 10. And I want you to just kind of compare that miracle with this miracle. See what kind of things are the same, what kind of things are different. Do you think the people in that passage have the same attitude that's described here? Or is it a little different? Go check that out. Thanks for watching. See you guys.